Hi, I'm back. This is actually the second session I'm doing in the same day, and that's because yesterday got away from me a little bit in terms of things I had to do. So I am keeping up. So if you are following along and doing one each day, you can use this as your next session. It is a bright, sunny afternoon, super, super warm. So I've got plenty of natural light, sunshine on my table over here. You can see there in the background. So let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? All right, you can see the spread from this morning. You can see a couple brushes, a couple markers, some colored pencils, gouache, and gesso. And of course, some water. All right, you know the drill. Walk through. Spread 1, spread 2, spread 3, spread 4, spread 5, spread 6, spread 7, spread 8, spread 9, spread 10, spread 11, spread 12, and here we go with 13. So I am hopping down here. I am going to just spread. I feel inspired to spread some water across the spread. Ha ha ha. Spread water across the spread. And I am going to, I feel now like I want to pick up that water-soluble graphite. Ooh, that is super cool how that is like bleeding out there. Sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? Bleeding out. Ooh, that is yummy. Ooh, I really love that. So that is drawing right into the water. And now I am bringing in a watercolor marker. Just feeling my way. And I mean, I can say this all day, but the goal here is really to allow yourself to explore without needing to know where it's going to go or what's going to happen afterwards. Giving yourself the freedom to really play and explore, experiment with, the marks and the tools that intrigue you. For me, I like a variety of media, predominantly water-based media because it all mixes so well together. Wow, it's really warm out here. This water's drying up pretty darn fast. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna bring this down over here. And just let yourself play. No agenda. I'm dipping into some gouache, trying to get quite a bit on my brush, and I'm just gonna push it around here. Really enjoying this. It's funny because my gouache palette is drying up really fast too. I already pre-wet the pans and activated them, and they are almost no longer activated. And this has been really an art-filled day. I had some work to do for one of my day jobs, and the internet was super slow at my office. I was in the office in Aspen today at the downtown, and it's fun. It's fun to go in. It's a nice change of scenery. And I had mentioned in earlier videos that I was thinking I would be doing art from downtown Aspen, but that ended up, I've just found it so much easier to do from home. And I honestly wasn't expecting to be at home, but I have expanded space and time somehow. It's been really cool because I've been playing around with that in the car on our drives to Aspen. So I'm bringing my son with me because he has art camp at the Red Brick Center for the Arts. And, we've left a little bit later a couple times, so I've played around with expanding time, and we always get there, if not right on time, right after time. So it's been super fun to play around with and really empowering as well.
when we let ourselves defy the odds, create our own reality, if you will. So, just adding. And I am generating a clear field for you to expand into as well. Nothing that you need to do except be willing to explore, expand. An activation field that's not inserting anything into your field. It's just activating more of who you already are. So as I mentioned in the last video, what I don't do because of the potential repercussions, including codependency, when you are relying on someone else, to feed you, essentially, to insert things into your field, and they end up kind of taking more than they give, inserting false bliss, so you think that you're getting something, but really they end up feeding off of you. And that sounds awful, I know, but it's something that I have experienced and encountered with a number of practitioners that I have worked with in the past. After the fact, I didn't know that it was going on when it was going on. However, it was. Now I'm feeling like using gray gouache, and that to me is really weird, but I'm gonna do it. Whoa, we've got some wind there. Really loading at my brush with that gouache. And very curious to me, right? And I'm following my intuition, because if you ask me if I want to use gray gouache, I'm probably going to say no, give me the bright colors instead. However, this is what my intuition is asking for, so here I go without a second doubt. Second thought. No doubt in my mind, so I just do it. And the dogs are a little quieter. There's not as much activity in the hills as there tends to be in the morning, so I really am enjoying this light out here too, I have to say. It's very soothing. And I'm feeling like I want to add a little more up here, load up my brush a little more. And, the biggest thing that I'm noticing in my own explorations recently, I've been doing a lot of playing around with portraiture. I purchased an iPad recently, relatively recently, maybe about a month ago, and have really been enjoying playing around with it just to see what it can do and see how I enjoy using it, see how it fits in. And there's just so many possibilities with all the brushes and the textures available. So I've really been enjoying that. And, there's a part of me that's been afraid to dabble in that, because I've kind of built my identity around the intuitive artwork like this, or the, unicorn artwork, or my cute little characters, or my pet portraits. Like I kind of have a repertoire of things that I do. And actually, I was going to use this pink, and I'm going to use this pink with a smaller brush. It actually isn't even a watercolor brush. There's a set of brushes I got from a company called eBoot off of Amazon. So I'm just going to load this brush up, and I feel like adding some marks here. So here we go. Again, no agenda. But what I was saying about identity is, there's been part of me that's been afraid to post, the portrait experiments that I've been doing, because they are not my typical style. I've been experimenting with lots of different styles just because there's so many different tools in Procreate, and I want to see what they all can do. And so it's been enjoyable, and I have gone ahead and shared pieces that I've done on Instagram, etc. And yes, it's possible that I could, quote, alienate people who are expecting a certain thing from me. And we cannot continue to moderate our own growth based on others' expectations and others' approval, right? So if this is, and it is, my next step here on the path, which I know just intuitively because I'm drawn to it, so I know that by following my nudges and my impulses that way, I am following my intuition, then I am growing. And no expectations. Who knows where it can lead? It may not lead anywhere, but I'm getting something from it. I know that I'm getting what I need right now in the form of all the different types of art that I have been drawn to. So I'm kind of feeling like I want to get out a little bit of gesso, but first I'm feeling drawn to use a yellow colored pencil here in a few places. Make some scribbles. And again, no expectations or pressure. I'm just looping through and playing along. And I invite you too to trust that you're doing exactly what you need to do, especially if you've got the intention, to follow your intuition, to grow, to, expand into this new activated space that I'm creating for you. And really allow yourself to be catalyzed by this energy and by this space and by the opportunity and the encouragement to listen wholly and fully and undoubtedly to what you're being asked to do. And with that, it feels like this piece is complete. All right, I'm holding down the page because this is drying super fast and the wind is blowing. Give you a tour of the texture. I have texture tour of technically today's second spread, okay? But I'm getting the videos out to you, so you can play along. And who says that you only have to do one per day, right? Who says? That's what I want to know. And I'm holding this up above. And that is it. So thank you again so much for coming on this journey with me and allowing me to create the space and the activated energy to catapult you to your next destination, moment by moment, right? We're never focused on the future or the past, but the now, and in this now moment, it's time for you to take your next step. So I would love to hear more about what that might